Fishing isn't just a peaceful escape from noisy streets and buzzing phones. It's a hidden side hustle factory. And today, I'm handing you the blueprint. Stick around, because you're about to tour every revenue stream living in your tackle box. Some obvious, some so sneaky you'll wonder why nobody mentioned them on the dock. We'll run the numbers together so you can see exactly how many casts translate into dollars and whether you need a $100,000 base boat or just a milk crate, a Zebco, and Wi Fi. You'll hear the cautionary tale of Mark, an accountant who burned out until guiding let him swap spreadsheets for river bends, and the comeback story of Lila, whose viral trash to treasure lure video paid her student loans. Each story hides a lesson you can pocket. By the finale, you'll hold a practical action plan with dollar signs, timelines, and rookie mistakes flagged in bright neon. Ready? Let's reel in the first tactic. Sell your catch locally. Let's start with the oldest play in the book. Catch, chill, cash. Every coastal town has seafood markets hungry for fresh fillets. The American Sport Fishing Association says recreational anglers harvest roughly 990 million fish in the United States each year, a slice of which ends up at small counters for roughly $4 to $12 per pound, depending on species. Picture this. You limit out on red snapper Saturday morning. 10 fish averaging 2 pounds each. Even at a conservative $6 per pound, that's $120 for a trip you were taking anyway. A second cooler of ice and a simple vacuum sealer keep quality high, and one reliable buyer saves you from chasing restaurants after every outing. Become a licensed fishing guide. Maybe you'd rather keep the fish and sell the experience. Guides charge anywhere from $200 for a half-day kayak trip to over $1,000 for offshore charters chasing yellowfin. The latest labor report pegs full-time guides at $42,000 a year. But top captains crack six figures thanks to repeat clients, branded shirts, and sponsor fuel cards. Your two biggest startup costs are a seaworthy vessel and liability insurance. Yet here's the secret. You don't need a yacht. Some of the highest reviewed guides on Airbnb experiences run John boats on urban rivers, focusing on kids and first-timers. They hook memories, not monsters, and clients tip big for patience. Tournament fishing. Think of tournaments as a lottery where skill rigs the odds. In 2024, the Bassmaster Classic paid $300,000 to first place, and weekend derbies still shell out $1,000 to $5,000 purses. Fees and fuel can chew your wallet, so climb the ladder. Enter local jackpots first, reinvest winnings into better electronics, and treat every weigh-in like a networking event. One Kansas carpenter I interviewed banked $19,800 last year fishing nothing but Friday night jackpots on his home lake. His edge was obsessive log keeping. He tracked moon phase, wind, and lure color for every cast, then practiced only the 37 patterns that consistently scored. Content creation. Don't want to smell like fish all day? Turn the camera on. YouTube pays roughly $3 to $8 per thousand views in the outdoors niche, plus affiliate links to line, hooks, and sonar. TikTok's creator rewards and Instagram Reels bonuses add gravy. Sarah Catfish. Queen Willis started filming bank sessions on her phone in 2022. 2 years later, she's sitting on 430,000 subscribers, sells branded rod holders, and last month alone cleared $7,100, more than the average U.S. teacher. Her secret sauce: short-form clips of dramatic takes, honest gear reviews, and endearing bloopers that prove she's human. Homemade lures and bait. This is the sleeper money machine. Silicone mold kits cost $40 online. A gallon of plastisol, another $30. Glitter is free if you have kids. One afternoon of pouring paddletail swim baits yields 300 units that retail for $4 a pack at flea markets or Etsy. Margins are fatter than a December largemouth. That 14-year-old I mentioned brands his as River Rat Rigs, handwrites thank you notes, and landed a wholesale deal with a local tackle shop. He now pockets $600 a month and is saving for a used base boat before he's old enough to drive. Sell high-resolution fishing photos. Stock sites pay royalties every time someone licenses your shot. A crisp image of a tar pond exploding out of emerald water might earn nickels per download forever. It's a numbers game. 500 quality uploads can net $75 to $200 monthly, while top contributors push four figures. A waterproof phone case or used DSLR is all you need. Brands crave real-life moments. Sunrise silhouettes, knotted braids, or macro shots of scales that sparkle. Lease your private pond. If you own or manage a body of water, platforms such as Fish My Lake connect you to anglers willing to pay $20 to $100 per angler per day for quiet access and shots at unpressured fish. Weekend farmers in Texas clear enough to cover property taxes, no rod required. Post-clear rules require digital waivers and limit bookings to protect your fishery. Scarcity raises perceived value. Teach a workshop community colleges. Parks departments and libraries pay small stipends, often $150 per session, for beginner classes on knot tying, fly casting, or filleting. Bundle the lesson with a short ebook you sell for $5, and every student becomes 2 revenue streams. Run the class 4 evenings a year, and that's $600 plus book sales, all indoors with zero weather risk. Rent your gear. If the thought of strangers borrowing your prized baitcaster makes you twitch, remember it's better than letting expensive rods gather dust. Peer-to-peer rental apps and local tackle shops offer consignment programs where you earn 30 to 50% of fees without lifting a finger. A pair of mid-range combos renting for $20 a day can clear $400 a month in peak season, enough to upgrade your sonar by fall. Require deposits and snap photos of gear before handoff to stay stress-free. Quick gear. Flip bonus. Old rods, mangled reels, and boxes of discontinued cranks can look like junk, but collectors on online marketplaces pay top dollar for out-of-production favorites. A battered Team Daiwa Z recently sold for $180, double its original sticker from the 90s. Spend a rainy afternoon cleaning, photographing, and listing dusty gear, and you might bankroll your entire tournament season with attic leftovers. Passive income with digital patterns. If you tie flies or build jig skirts, photograph the steps, write clear instructions, and sell the PDF on Gumroad for $4. Anglers in Norway, Australia, and South Africa will buy while you sleep. 5 sales a day equals $720 a month, enough for fresh line and a celebratory steak. Crowdfund your first boat. It sounds wild, but crowdfunding sites are full of micro brands that pre-sell decals or hoodies to fund capital purchases. Offer limited edition merch, plus a guided trip once the boat splashes. Even if only 50 supporters pledge $50, that's $2,500 toward your down payment and a built-in client list. Tax perks. Nobody mentions. Once you earn even a little fishing income, parts of your hobby become business expenses. Fuel, ice, memory cards, a slice of your phone bill. Even the square footage of the garage where you pour lures count. Track everything in a simple spreadsheet and chat with a tax pro. Last year, these write-offs shaved $2,100 off my buddy Dave's taxable income. Let the tax code subsidize your passion. Environmental grants and sponsorships. Conservation groups love anglers who educate the public. Apply for small grants, often $1,000 to $5,000, to host shoreline cleanups or kids' clinics. Add the partner's logo to your guide shirts. Shout them out in your videos, and suddenly your marketing budget appears out of thin air. Here's the gut punch. inconsistent income. Fish don't always bite. Tournaments get tougher. Ad rates swing harder than a surf rod in a gale, and regulations can change overnight. I've watched hopeful anglers sink savings into shiny boats, then stare at empty booking calendars because red tide closed their bay for 2 months. Stability is the shark circling every fishing for profit dream. So, how do we reef anchor your cash flow? Step 1: diversify. Pair at least 2 active streams, guiding and workshops, with one passive earner, such as digital content or stock photos. Step 2: build an email list. Every client or viewer gets a thank you message, plus a free knot guide, and joins your community. If algorithms ghost you, that list still converts at 2 to 5% whenever you launch a lure color or announce weekend slots. Next, control costs. Buy secondhand. Boats depreciate faster than you can say live well. Use free tools, spreadsheets for catch logs, online design apps for thumbnails, video editors that cost nothing. Schedule workshops in winter when lakes freeze, pour lures during stormy weeks, and preload your content queue so weekly uploads never miss. Licensing and insurance are life jackets. A $400 guide permit and $300 for liability. Feel steep until the first time a guest slips or a warden checks your cooler. Keep digital copies. Paper dissolves in spray. Finally, network. Trade half-day trips with bed and breakfast owners for guest referrals. Swap leftover shrimp for crab traps in community groups. Appear on fellow creators' live streams. In fishing, lines that cross make friends, and friends hand you clients. Every handshake is a lead, every photo a thumbnail, every catch a story that can be sold twice. Picture this scene a year from today. Your alarm buzzes, but instead of dragging to a cubicle, you tow your modest skiff to the ramp. 3 clients you met through a giveaway climb, aboard laughing. By noon, they land personal best stripers. You capture hero shots for social media, and their tips cover fuel plus lunch. That evening, the action footage becomes next Thursday's upload, already half-edited. Orders for river rat rigs ping your phone while you clean fillets. Add the day's photos to your stock library, update tomorrow's newsletter, and realize you just earned 4 different paychecks from one sunrise. Making money fishing isn't a fantasy reserved for boat-sponsored pros. It's a toolbox of simple plays. Sell the meat, sell the memory, sell the story, sell the gear. Protect yourself with permits, mix active and passive streams, track every cast like a scientist, and tight lines will become steady lines of income.